In this video, I'm reviewing the iScooter iX3 electric scooter, which is iScooter's 800-watt off-road scooter with a rugged design that's priced for the masses. I'm going to be going over the assembly process and go in-depth on the features and specs and do an acceleration test, a braking test, a hill climb test, and reviewing how it rides. So let's get to it. So the iX3 comes in a pretty standard scooter shipping box, but is kind of heavy, so make sure to be careful when moving and if possible, have someone help you move it. After opening, the scooter is already assembled. All you have to do is move the scooter from the bag it comes in, unfold, adjust the display, and the throttle to your liking, including the box with the necessary tools and instruction manual. The whole process only took about 5 to 10 minutes, with most of my time adjusting the display. This is one of the, if not the easiest scooter I've ever assembled, with the difficult part being locking in the safety pin when unfolding, so you should have no problem putting it together yourself. When we went through the scooter, all the bolts were tight, all the welds were nice, the brakes felt good, it powered up no problem, and all the electronics worked perfectly. So the first thing you notice about the iX3 is the rugged look of the body, which is made of aluminum and has a nice aggressive look. The iX3 is powered by 800-watt brushless rear hub motor that goes up to 25 miles per hour. It also has a 48-volt, 10-amp-hour lithium-ion battery that's stored inside the deck, has a claim range up to 25 miles on a single charge, and a charge time of 6 to 7 hours. The scooter also comes with a dual braking system, with the left brake lever controlling the rear mechanical disc brake, and the right lever controlling the front brake, both of which have 140mm rotors. The wheels are 10-inch wheels that come with pneumatic knobby tires with a 2.75-inch width. And for additional comfort, there's a front suspension fork with 30mm of travel, and dual rear shocks. And for safety and increased visibility, there's also a headlight and a tail light. And the rear tail light also serves as a brake light. There's also turn signals that are activated with a button on the handlebars, and for additional safety, there's a nice blue light under the deck. And the dashboard has a really nice display that's easy to read, and it shows your battery level, speed mode, your top speed, a speedometer, and an odometer. The iX3 has an overall length about 45 inches, a wheelbase of about 35 inches, a minimum handlebar height from the ground of 40.5 inches, a max handlebar height from the ground of 51 inches, a handlebar width of 24 inches, a deck width of 8.75 inches, a deck length of 19.5 inches, deck height from the ground 9.5 inches, a ground clearance of 6 inches, it weighs in at 48.5 pounds, has a weight capacity of 274 pounds, and at the time of this recording, the iX3 is $450 during Amazon's Prime Day, but it's typically about $520. The scooter is also compatible with an app called Mini Robot, which does have a lot of cool features, including getting real-time info on the battery level. You can activate cruise control, switch between riding modes, get diagnostic data about the scooter, you can lock the scooter, you can also control the lights. It's an easy-to-use app and does work really well. Okay, first thing we're going to do is check out the speedometer accuracy on the iScooter iX3. First, we're going to use it on the eco mode, which is 10 miles per hour. I'm comparing it to iPhone speedometer app. Scooter says 10 miles per hour, app says 10 miles per hour. Perfect. Okay, next we're doing it from the second speed level, which is the standard, which should be about 18 miles per hour. Scooter says 18, speedometer app says 18 miles per hour. So last, we're going to test out the top speed mode, which is turbo, speed level 3, which is 25 miles per hour according to the scooter, but I'm only doing 24, so it's a little bit off, just a tiny bit off. All right, here we go. Now we're doing the hill climb test on the iScooter iX3. This is a 15% gradient. I'm in the turbo mode. We're doing 16 miles per hour. So far, easy peasy. Swap over. 15. No problem. 14. 13. All right, easy. Just crushed a 15% gradient, and I am 175 pounds just for reference. All right, here we go. We're gonna check out the acceleration to the top speed of 25 miles per hour. We are in turbo mode. Let's see how it goes. Ready? And go. 10, 15, 20, 25. Woo! All right. She gets up to speed really quickly. So for the final results, the iX3 went 0 to 10 miles per hour in 1.5 seconds, 0 to 15 in 2.6 seconds, 0 to 20 in 5.1 seconds, and to the top speed of 25 miles per hour in 8.1 seconds. And I gotta say, the iX3 has a very smooth, powerful, and linear acceleration. It gets up to 20 miles per hour really easily, but it does slow down a tiny bit, but it still gets up to 25. Based on this test, I feel this scooter could probably hit 30 miles per hour without too much trouble. Next, I want to test out the braking distance from each of the speed levels. First was from Eco, which is 10 miles per hour, which the iX3 did in 6.5 feet. Next was from Standard, which is about 18 miles per hour, which the iX3 did in 14.5 feet. And last is from Turbo, which is 25 miles per hour, which the scooter did in 24.5 feet. So the braking on the iX3 really impressed me because it's strong, smooth, and doesn't lock up easily. It makes it where you can lay on the brakes and there's minimal drama and it's really confidence inspiring. Mechanical disc brakes, especially on a scooter at this price point, sometimes are hit and miss, but these brakes are pretty great. So the last test is the ride comfort test, which in my opinion is the most important test for any electric scooter. So I rode the iX3 around a lot in my testing, through many neighborhoods and varying types of terrain, and I must say, the scooter handled all of them with ease. So the iX3 has a very nice ride, with a combination of the off-road knobby tires and the front and rear suspension doing a great job of minimizing vibrations, while also not muting out the ride, so you still have a feel of the scooter beneath you, which made the iX3 a pretty lively ride. The front fork also feels really good, and even though it only has 30mm of suspension, the little that it does have, it uses very well. The rear shocks also work really well, but I do feel that they're a little on the stiffer side. But I'm only 175 pounds, so I do believe that they'll be much more plush for someone heavier than me. The scooter also feels like it's built really well, has a really solid feel to it. And since this is an off-road scooter, I did take it on some dirt roads, and it has a ridiculous amount of grip. The tires have zero slippage on all dirt roads and paths that I took the scooter on, and the transition from riding from pavement to dirt and then back to pavement is seamless. It was just a really nice, comfortable scooter, no matter what the terrain I was riding on. So far through my extensive testing, the iX3 has held up extremely well to daily use, and it really surprised me on its quality that it has for the money. The brushless rear hub motor is almost silent, it's extremely smooth and torquey. The power of the motor is more than enough for most people, and has a decent amount of low-end grunt, and lets you cruise around the top speed of 25 with ease. I do feel the scooter could go a little bit faster than the electronic limited 25 miles per hour, but it's not a big deal, I just wish there was a way to unlock a higher top speed. The tire, suspension, and frame do a phenomenal job of muting out any vibrations, and this is one of the more comfortable scooters I've tested at this price point. And since this is labeled as an off-road commuting scooter, other than power and comfort, one of the most important features to me is range. So iScooter claims that the iX3 has the ability to go up to 25 miles in optimal conditions. Now I've ridden a lot of scooters in my lifetime, and never had a scooter go the advertised range. This is probably due more to my weight, not riding perfectly level surfaces, and never riding on the slowest speed setting. And so far in all my testing, this scooter's averaged a little over 20 miles of range per charge, which really surprised me. So I feel that 25 miles might be possible if you're a little bit lighter than me, you're not going full speed the whole time, and you're riding in the right conditions. And while the scooter is very powerful and smooth, one aspect that really excels at, and I really haven't talked about, is the fun factor. The scooter's impressive torque, direct feel, and grippy tires gives the iX3 a sporty ride without any harshness and will keep you grinning ear to ear. But one thing that really surprised me is how much attention the scooter gets, which I attribute to the scooter's rugged off-road look and really nice anodized red parts. Most of my buddies wanted to take scooter for a spin and were super surprised how fun and quick the scooter was. This scooter really surprised me in how much fun it is to ride, how powerful it felt, and for the price, it's a hard scooter to beat. If I had to be nitpicky though, I wish it did have a higher top speed. So in conclusion, this is one of the coolest electric scooters I've ever ridden, and I'm very impressed with it, especially for the money, which I think is a steal for the build quality and the fact it can go off-road. It has a ton of features, it's powerful, has great brakes, and it's just a really fun scooter to ride. But if you have any questions or have an experience riding an iX3 yourself, please leave in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.